Just thinking about something. I'm putting some video together, and it's like I had a thought. It's like, how can anyone knows? But let's say you dwell in art, whether you're producing, directing, whether you're acting something out, whether you're making music, this and that, whether you're writing something. Imagine you letting somebody else do it for the editing. And I guess you tell them, no, it's gotta be like this, and that. And you sit there, and I guess that's what they call micromanagement. I don't even know. I don't know how, like, let's say either you do a music video or in the movie industry, how it's work. I mean, there's people that do editing, right? But you instruct them to do this and that. But it's like, even myself, I just, I want to have total control over what I'm doing. It's not that I would nitpick and be like, oh, I wanted this and that, but it's like, yeah, I kind of, I want it done my way. And the production part of it, putting it together, the editing, the music, I mean, picking the exact, a music melody or the song for that particular sequence or frame. I'm thinking about doing it in frames, and a lot of times, it's like you would tell someone. I mean, unless you just give specific detailed directions, but also you got to be like really, you got to know how to express yourself and making sure somebody does that as well. So it's like, I mean, I guess you're it's a job, and it's like, all right, at the end of the day, it comes out great, so why should it matter? But it's like when you're doing yourself, even some of the things I do, I'm like, maybe I should, it's like a split of a second, but I gotta get to the right part. I mean, I'm pretty sure as professionals just figure that out, but with the right song or the right beat or the right, sound, and like, I gotta end something, do I delete that? I was gonna keep the same format, why am I switching it up now? It's just it's like an honesty with yourself. That's all it is, because people will see it, they won't notice, unless they read your mind or you tell them something about that, or they know how you work, and like, oh, this time that. But it's just about myself, because even if someone pointed that out to me, I kind of wouldn't care. It's like, well, whatever. But maybe not so much. But that's just one of the things I noticed. There was another time I noticed something about, I don't know what it was, but maybe it was about just writing lyrics. Like you let's say you write it with another person. It's like, well, I want it like this, or maybe I feel like a lot of times I don't know what word to pick, like 2-3 words for the same thing. And it doesn't have to rhyme with it, but that's just a better word. It's more sophisticated, and that one is overused. I don't want to use that word unless I'm writing a song or writing something that it's fine because it fits with the rest. But even when like artists sing a song, it's like, oh, I wouldn't use that. I would use that word. But it's not nitpicking because the song exists how it exists. But from your own standpoint, it's like you want to have creative control. You don't want to have anyone telling you do this, and that because this is better. Like, well, yeah, this is coming from me. This is not yours. These aren't your thoughts. This is in your your life. You can't do that. You shouldn't be do that. It's somewhat infringing on your independence, your freedom, rather. This is one of the things. Food for thought. And like third or fourth coffee today. Yeah, I'm cutting down from 5. Day's not over yet though. Probably why I'm talking so fast. Maybe it's the bipolar disorder. Who knows at this point? Kid didn't get pills yet. But anyway, that's not the reason why I clicked record or hit record. See, there's even that. Click record is like, just there's a TV remote. Check the batteries yet. They're recharging. But it's about being detained. Not so much detained, but being in a certain place where you're confined to that area. And I was thinking, being in a psychiatric unit versus like jail or prison. And then I thought, what about being at the airport and you gotta wait like 2-3 hours for your next plane, and you sit around in the waiting area. It's a large area, but you see the same people, and you start to you study the people, or people watching. Like, you'll probably never get to know them, but you see their personality, this and that, and maybe play over in your head. Like you develop a kind of thing what they are. Because I was not this time, but last time I was in, there was a girl that was there. She was really pretty. She had a hair shade, though. She had a rose tattoo, and she was in another unit. It was the worst one. I mean, worst one. People are worse off of it. Like they actually, I'm not gonna call them that, but they're much more disturbed, and they're like shocked. So she was doing okay, and then she came over. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember her because we talked, we interacted. But it's like you remember these people, and you don't have that built-in friendships with them. But it's just about being detained. You have nothing to do, and it's like being straight, or maybe even at the DMV. You know, who knows? A lot of places. You just study people. Maybe you interact with them, but it's like, you know, it's like a, it's like the Club phrase, you know, even like when they were on the plane, you know, it's like a, what was it, temporary friend, you know? It's like, it's, you know, it's like, something like, what's the right phrase, you know? It's like you buy a mini shampoo and it's just like one time usage, you know? Or even at the planes, you know, you have this, there's many things, little napkin, little butter. It's like, well, that's not a whole tub, you know. That's how those people come off, because they'll be in your life and then they'll be just gone. They'll be out of your life. But this time around, there was a female and people called her a hoe or whore. I didn't know. I didn't get that from her. I was sitting in the hall. I don't know if I was doing stretching. I was writing my journal, and she just sit there and we interacted a little. We didn't talk too much, but it's like she was there for like 4 or 5 days. I think I was there, so she was probably before me. Then she just left. But it's like, I don't know. Maybe I thought of her before, but it's like, you know, just half an hour ago or 20 minutes ago, she just popped in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, I remember her. And it's not like, you know, I want to have sex with her, I want to get a number, or though, you know, it's like, was there anything like that? Just like, there's a lot of people like that that come into the place and then just like you forget about them. Maybe because so many things happen. Or maybe, you know, just so many people, you have other things on your mind. And then like time goes by, it's like, oh yeah, and you just get excited kind of, you know? It's like I'm not saying it's a borrowed friend, you know, that's a cheap way to say it. It's not even like that, but it's like, you know, it just some kind of, just I don't know how to word it, you know. I don't know what kind of phrase. I gotta look it up. Maybe there's a phrase for something like that, you know. It just comes to you. They come to your mind and they just leave. And she was hurt. You know, she seemed like she was very quiet, withdrawn, but she was hanging in there. And I was just writing something. I wrote a song where she was going through. Like I was, it's like a soundtrack to your life, and I just thought I'd picture her. Maybe she had that kind of mind, like she in puzzles of like, but it was dark color, like fitting when she was, you know, it's like music in her mind or something like that. You know, so it was that. That's how I remembered her. But it was just, you know, she just walked. She had a room like 2 rooms from me. You know, so yeah, it was just that. And there's a couple other people. Guy with the crazy hair. Like, I think he was part of a basketball team in Roselle. I'm not sure, years ago, but he was just, it was a black dude, but his hair was always like messed up. I was like, oh well. I mean, I'm not gonna say disturbed. He was talking fine, just like it's weird. But then I started zoning in on him. I couldn't stop staring at him. I don't want to be too obvious, but just like looking at him, like, you know, just hit his hair. Just like he kind of put design back in his hair. Just kind of wanted to see. Just picture like, you know, he played basketball. Like he would put a girl's hair there, like in the stadium and shit, like his birthday or some shit. And then people just be staring at his head. It's weird. He was tall as fuck. I mean, he was a normal, but he didn't cause me much trouble that I remember. You know, he was just, you know, part of that, those people that I didn't talk to, and they eventually started harassing me. So I was like, you know, like, screw that guy. I'm not even gonna talk to him. Not that I would go and just talk to a random person, but, you know, he just had crazy hair. It just, like, sticks out. I can't forget about it. It's like he just stares at me in my mind. Just, like, this much, he's not that much taller, just, like, lumpy. Of course he played basketball. Not because he was black. I'm not, you know, not that much of a dickhead, but, you know, it was the hair. It was just like fucking, just like every day, just like, I'm pretty sure you shaved differently, pretend like he was, you know, like, you know, the grunge era for black people, but he meant it, like they did, you know. It was like, wow, like, he's like a rock star of strange, you know. But he wasn't too much of a mess. I don't remember. Just that, you know, it's just people that just stay in your mind. And another guy, it's like, yeah, I didn't like the guy, but it's just like, I probably should forget these people. You know, and some people you just don't interact with that much, but they come in your mind and they leave. And 3 days ago, I found a number. This guy named Kevin, I think is one of the guys. My first time in there, and he was bleeding, I think, and he was just very straight. He was yelling, but eventually, I think he gave me his like number. After a while, we would talk, but I think I messaged him. I just never got a reply. Maybe I didn't, you know. And, you know, I kind of defended that guy as well, because people get pushed around in there. You know, you get 4 or 5 people, and the people that work there, they stick for those 4 or 5 people. You gotta protect people that get abused. You know. You know, I try to give everyone benefit of the doubt. I don't listen to other people where they said this. I don't care. I look at your personality and your character. And yeah, this time around there was a guy. reminded me of that Kevin guy, except, no, not Kevin guy, there was another guy from the first time. That guy was just crazy and strange, like crazy strange. He just instigated, he reminded me like he could have been part of the Wire cast, except the Greeks. And he was talking about a lot of mafia stuff. This time there was another guy. He talked about Tommy gun. I knew what a Tommy gun was. He said he had like a certain gun. I didn't want to get into it. I just joke around with him, but he got messed with as well. Everybody messes with each other. That's, you got people to protect each other, but even they go after each other. It's like all it is just a lot of animosity, anger, and just hatred. Not so much anger, but hatred. Eventually, it dwells. It explodes into anger. But this the guy I'm talking about now, he was just like he. I was on the phone. He just got on the phone. I don't know if he called somebody. He just started yelling. It's like people did that last time. I had said some words to him, and then it's like I didn't care about him because he wasn't that bad. Just people do that all the time, But he didn't like piss me off that much. I thought he was kind of funny. I didn't make fun of him too much. I don't think I ever did. I might have blurted out random things and stuff, but it wasn't anything that serious, But just it's like these people come and go, and it's like I wonder like 10, 20 years from now, I just like pop in my head and be like, well, different time in my life, maybe and on their level, it'll be like, just a memory, but the fact being there and, going through with that will mean so much more. Or maybe not. Maybe even not. I don't know. It's just a different part of my life as a whole. Years ago, I was paranoid about people setting me up, things I didn't do, framing me basically, and dying in prison or some shit. It just freaked out. All these people that were lying to me, and they would have set me up for failure. I wouldn't think that I would end up an inpatient, And if I did, it'd probably be like, somewhere like in Flemington, where it's like, carpeted, but it's like, I don't know if it was like that as well, but it was just like somewhere like you relax. This place wasn't, but it's like, it's actually the people in there, That's really the problem. It just takes something out of you. And then another thing, if you're in there, you have so much free time, you develop a structure in your life. Whether it's a shower, writing your journal, working out, or like practicing, stretching, this and that. You see the sunset and you just, you love it. I love it here, but over there, I would watch the sunset. I would write about it every day, maybe 2-3 times, poems, little verses about the sunset. Nature watching. I still do, just, not as concise when I was confined. You just like, you have to develop a structure. You can't be laying around and be miserable because it'll take a lot out of you. Here, I think I can afford it, but it's like, all right, I got to do dishes. I got to clean my car, right? I get to do this, fine. But, I guess over, when you're, I don't want to say on the outside, but when you're not confined, you just have so much freedom, you don't know what to do. Over there, you look for anything, little thing that will give you some joy, even structure, like you'll not waste time, you'll preoccupy your time, Even though I try to do that here, but it's like, I'm recording a video right now. I'm smoking a hand pipe, I'm drinking a coffee. Maybe I'll lay down with my cat for like 10, 20 minutes. That's cool too, but it's like my productivity, I found that it goes down the drain when I'm here. And not that it was always like that. When I go to work, but it's like, I did one thing, but it's like I want to do more. If I was locked up in there, I'd probably have my room clean, painted. Maybe not that fast, but I would have got more done. I don't know why that is, but maybe it's just, excess freedom and just overstimulated, Not saying I miss being there, but to be not just disciplined, organized, it is a really good feeling. I don't like wasting time. Even right now, I went to the hospital. I washed my car. I started doing a project, but I never finished it. I never followed through with it. Over there, it's like I had. No, it's never here. They had these green, I don't say uniforms, just clothes that were like polyester. I think it was like 60 or 70% polyester. It was very like, polyester like. And I didn't have a knife, They had like safety scissors in this other place in the group. I didn't go there because it was just people there. I didn't want to even go into that, So I bit into it. It was really weak. I had a plastic spoon. I cut it up, but I was like, fuck it, let me use a knife and just tear it up. I started designing my own hats, And it actually looked pretty good. I'm thinking, it's like, I kept them, you know, but it's like, why am I just going in public with that? Except it doesn't match anything I have. So I have other material, and maybe I'll do something with that, you know. Even the pants, I did something. I think I talked about it. Like it reminded me of like, you know, 70s, 80s martial arts movies with the pants that I had, except they were green, you know. But they were just so comfortable and loose. Like you could really stretch them. You could do a lot of things with them, you know. I don't have anything like that, even though I could go to the store and buy it. I tried to buy it months ago, actually over a year ago, on Amazon. I got like a big abnormal size. Like Chinese sizes in US are different, so it's like I couldn't use them, you know. But maybe this time I'll have a look, or just, you know, I'll get a Singer machine and I just design my own. Fuck it. You know, I messed around with jeans and stuff, you know. Dad's short jeans, maybe a couple inches shorter, and I have, you know, a couple shorts. I could probably do that. But it's like, you know, you have so much stimulus, and like there's people messing with you, and also it's like, oh, right, I gotta go here. Oh, when we go this. Even at home, it's like, you know, it'll be just so nice just to like get one thing done. Like even though I did get more and more done, productivity heightened, you know. I just enjoy it. Going around to stores is easy. You know, that's a different kind of fun. But um I did mess with the guitar a little. Not too much. I downloaded an app. Finally, I have a video editor and an app I had for music. So I came up with sounds. Not a sound to what I wrote here today. I kind of want to do that as well. You know, I gotta practice it and then just get the right beat, melody. Maybe I'll do something with a guitar rap. You know, there's actually an app, and it has a whole I don't want to say codec, but a whole pack that just like rock, hip hop rock. You know, it has guitar based like beats, which is cool. Just, you know, a lot of them are just too fast and too like, you know, electric guitar rather, electric guitar. I like acoustic a little bit more. You know, a little bit more subtle. So, you know, it's like I have the option of going on the application and just, you know, picking the right tune, or I could just figure out and just make it with my own guitar like I did before. But it just, like, you know, it doesn't take time. It's fun, this and that, but you accomplish it. It's like, oh, I gotta do this and that. I got so many things I want to do. It's like, if I had the mentality that was in there, I'm pretty sure I would just get it all done. You know, I wouldn't even be here. I'd just be doing, moving, shower, this and that. I only took a day. I'll take one hot shower. Before it was like 3 or 4, and it was just like a thing. It was just like a thing I was doing. You know, even though I have a smaller shower place to take a shower, I probably can't exercise. I tried it. I can't do my yoga or tai chi in there, you know. But it's like, oh, I don't know. If it was there, I would. Because you know what? I would take the current and I would just do it anyway. Over here, it's like, no, let me just do this. Let me get into that. You know, it's like, I experienced that last time. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting somebody. I'm kidding. But there's plenty of people there that like also coming and go. And you're like, even you're in there, you think, well, oh yeah, they released that person. Oh yeah, that girl left. There was another girl. She never said to me. She smiled about a couple things. She kept it to herself, you know. I don't know if she abused drugs in her life, and we never talked to her, but she stayed out of that nonsense that people are perpetuating, to my knowledge, you know. There's some people that just keep to themselves. They don't want to be part of the group mentality or the herd. At least that's what I saw, you know. And that's kind of me as well. Unless, you know, we interact, this and that, it's fine, but I'm not gonna be subjugated to your clique or your organization, your underground organization, whatever you are, you know. I defend myself and I defend people that are just. Last time I just didn't want to get into it. Like this time, a couple times I just didn't want to get into it. I had enough. I'm not gonna start yelling at people, even though I point out this and that. I put certain people in their place, but it's like, you can yell louder than me. You got me. You beat me. I don't want to yell, you know. A lot of times, at least that's where I noticed, the people that yell the loudest, not all the time, it's like they're wrong and they keep yelling about stupid stuff that even makes sense. You know, like that lady from Korea on Noah's Bank. It's like, you know, she wasn't yelling, but she kept saying the same shit that doesn't make sense. He's like, you're not even answering what I'm answering, and you're wrong. You know, you're manipulating me. You're manipulating an answer 5-6 times to a point where you're not even talking about the same thing I'm talking about. You're on a different topic that I wasn't even talking about. Went off on a tangent there. You know, it's nostalgic though. It's nostalgic, especially when random people just come in your life, and you know, you don't see them as bad, but it's like, you know, you people watch, and you like you wonder, like, you know, it'd be kind of crazy if you go in the same unit, you end up with the same people. Like, hey, I remember you from last time. Like, you know, like, wow. I'm not saying it should be popular. Everyone should have that experience, but there's people that go on that abandoned island, right? And they're subjugated to like people they never met before, except, you know, they develop friendships or enemies, but you have to stick together to survive or something like that. Not the same thing, but it is really not the same thing, but it is an experience that you think about. Especially random people that just come into your life and they leave. So yeah. It's just, you know, I do remember from like 2000, let me see, 2004, a guy at the airport. I actually interacted with him. He had a cigar. He was talking about a cigar, how it's healthier and it's better, you know? It's just like one random person that from the airport. Yeah, that's about it.